Hi everyone, welcome you all. In the today's video, we are going to see one of the important question, which is how to use JavaScript executor in Selenium WebDriver. So JavaScript executor is basically an interface which is available in Selenium WebDriver, and we use this JavaScript executor in many places and for different purposes. So what is basically JavaScript executor is, which is basically an interface and which contains a method called execute script, and by using that method we can execute JavaScript statements through WebDriver code. Okay, now we'll see what exactly the JavaScript executor and where it is. Now let us see the hierarchy of the Selenium WebDriver interfaces and classes. So here I'm searching for JavaScript executor for, I say, JavaScript executor interface in Selenium, and let's go to the images and let me just pick the some random image. Now let me just pick it here. So if I just look at the Selenium WebDriver interfaces and classes hierarchy, here WebDriver is an interface, and this WebDriver is implemented by using remote WebDriver class. And again, this remote WebDriver class is extended to multiple classes like Chromium driver, Firefox driver, Edge driver, and Safari driver. Now this Chromium driver is again extended to Chrome driver. So if I just look at here, WebDriver interface is implemented by remote WebDriver. So whatever methods are available in this, all the methods are also available in these classes. But if I just look at the JavaScript executor, it is just like an interface, just like a text screenshot, which is also an interface and which is also implemented by remote WebDriver. What does it mean? Remote WebDriver is a class which is implemented WebDriver methods along with JavaScript executor methods. Okay. Now, when I create an instance of Chrome driver, we don't need to typecast this JavaScript executor. But when I create a driver instance with WebDriver interface, then we have to typecast the driver instance to JavaScript executor instance. Okay, let me show you an example, then you can understand what exactly it is. So first of all, let us see what is a JavaScript executor and how to use it. Now let me go to Eclipse, and this is my Maven project which is already created. And if I go to pom.xml, and I already added WebDriver dependency along with the Selenium Java dependency along with the WebDriver manager. Now let's go back and create a new script. I'm creating a new class. I'll name it as JavaScript executor demo. Let's take a main method and say finish. Now JavaScript executor we can use in many places. So what I can do is, first I will show you the syntax how we can use it, and before that we need to set up the browser and so on. So what I will do is I will set up the Chrome browser by using WebDriver manager. So WebDriver manager, import this and .chrome driver setup, so which will set up the Chrome driver, and then Chrome driver instance equal to new Chrome driver. So now if you want to create, if you want to use JavaScript executor, if you want to access a method from the JavaScript executor interface, what you have to do is, so we need to first create a variable of JavaScript executor. So I say JavaScript executor, let's say JS equal to, okay, so here I'll assign the driver. So now driver is an instance of WebDriver. Let us say WebDriver here. So Chrome driver is an instance of WebDriver interface, whereas JS is an instance of JavaScript executor interface, which we need to import from org.openk.selenium. Okay, so this is I'll name it as JavaScript executor. So this is JavaScript executor. Okay, so JavaScript executor we have to import from org.openq.selenium. Now observe this. So driver is an instance of WebDriver and JS is an instance of JavaScript executor. So both are the different interfaces. But when I create the driver as a Chrome driver instance, we can directly assign the driver to JS, because JavaScript executor interface can hold the object of Chrome driver. But JavaScript executor is an interface and driver is an instance of a WebDriver interface, which is a different interface. So we cannot directly assign this variable to JavaScript executor. So we need to do the typecasting. So simply what you have to do is we need to use JavaScript executor like this. So this is how we can do the typecasting. And if you create this driver instance with the Chrome driver, then we no need to do this, because JavaScript executor instance variable can hold the Chrome driver instance. Okay, so this is how we need to first define it. Now in JS, in JavaScript executor, we have a method called execute script. JS dot execute script. So by using this method, we can execute all JavaScript statements. By passing multiple arguments here, we can execute JavaScript statements. So here we need to pass JavaScript along with the argument. So this is the actual syntax of execute script method. Okay, so we have to use, whenever you use JavaScript executor, this is the actual syntax which we have to use. First, we need to define a variable, assign the driver into that, then call execute script method, and here we have to specify the script JavaScript and along with the argument. So this is a syntax which we have to use. Now let me write as a syntax. So as I said before, JavaScript executor can be used in many ways. There are different purposes we have. Now I'll show you one by one. So what are the different purposes we can use in JavaScript executor? So the first usage is we can flash an item. So for example, what is flashing here? Suppose I have one element on the web page. Now I want to keep on highlighting that element. I want to keep on highlighting that element. That's called as a flashing. So that we can do by using JavaScript executor. And suppose there is an element on the web page and I want to draw some border around that element. Suppose I want to highlight the specific element. So at the time of taking the screenshot, in the screenshot itself, I want to highlight exactly where the bug is. So I want to highlight some input box. I want to highlight some link, or I want to highlight a button. So you can just surround that element by adding some border. So we can draw the border surrounding the element. So that also we can do that. I'll show you one by one. So the next item is we can draw the border around the element and we can take the screenshot. And suppose I want to capture the title of the page. Normally we use get title method, right? So we can also use JavaScript executor class in which we can execute our JavaScript. We can get the title of the page. And also if we want to click on some element, sometimes when you perform click action on either it can be link or it can be button or it can be radio button or it can be checkbox, sometimes direct method click may not work. So in those cases, we will directly use JavaScript executor, and in which we will execute JavaScript statement and we can perform the action most of the times. So to perform the click action also, we can use JavaScript executor methods. And not only that, we can use multiple purposes. Suppose I want to throw some alert at the runtime. I want to show you some alert. So for that also, we can use JavaScript executor. So we can generate or we can send a JavaScript alert by using JavaScript executor. So I can say generate an alert. Generate an alert. That's one usage. And suppose I want to refresh my page. So we have a method called driver.navigate.to navigate.refresh, right? Reload. So the same thing we can do using JavaScript executor. So we already have another method. The same thing we can do here. Driver.navigate.to refresh method. The alternative is we can do using JavaScript executor. So that is refreshing the page also we can do that. So refreshing the page. And what is the next usage? Suppose I want to scroll down the page. There is a lot of content is there in my page. I want to scroll down and scroll up. And that also we can do by using JavaScript executor. So scrolling down the page. And also we can scroll up the page. Scroll up the page. And sometimes you want to zoom in and zoom out the page. And size of the page you can set. And that is also we can do by using JavaScript executor. So these are the different things we can perform by using JavaScript executor, which is very, very important, especially in Selenium WebDriver. So now I'll show you how we can do all these actions practically one by one. So for now, I'm just commenting this syntax. So what I will do is, instead of writing the code for every action, and I will create one utility file, okay, in which we have reusable methods. So for each action, I'll create one reusable method. And whenever you want to perform these kind of action, I will just call that method from the utility file. So most of the times in our projects, we will create a utility files whenever you perform the reusable actions. So to perform all these actions by using JavaScript executor, for each action, I'll create a reusable method in a separate class, and I will call those methods from that utility class. Now I'll show you how to create a utility class. And let me open this. Let me create a new class. and I will name it as JavaScript util. I will name this class as a JavaScript util, and then don't take main method. It contains a reusable methods. So let us say finish. Okay, so once you created this class, now I will write all the reusable methods to perform all these actions one by one. So I already have a reusable utility file. So let me just copy all the methods and let's go through one by one. Let me add all the methods here. All right. So let us see what are those methods available. So first of all, let us start with the first method. So which will draw border. So I'm just creating all methods as static methods so that I can directly call these methods by using a class name itself. Okay. So the first method is draw border. So when I call this method, we need to pass two arguments, and these are all user defined methods which is created, import or required classes and everything. So WebDriver and JavaScript executor and so on. Fine. Now let us see the first method. So here draw border is the name of the method and which will take two arguments. One is web element, the other one is a driver. And when you pass these two elements, what happens is this particular method will draw the border around the element. So here we use JavaScript executor class. So JavaScript executor interface and instance variable equal to, and driver I have converted into JavaScript executor. I have done the typecasting. And then js.execute script. This is a method which we have to use to execute the JavaScript statements. Now here two arguments are passed. The first argument is this one. From here to here, this is a one argument in JavaScript. So arguments of 0 dot style dot border equal to 3 pixels solid red. So you can increase the pixel size, you can change the color also. I'm just giving the red. Okay, and 3 pixels is nothing but a thickness of the border. So this is the argument I passed, and the element, and on which element you want to highlight the line or you want to draw the border. I just want to pass that element. So when I call this method by passing these two arguments, this particular method will draw the border around the element. Okay, now let us test this method from the actual code. Let's go to the actual code and we will see flash later. First we'll see the draw border and take screenshot. Okay, so draw border and takes a screenshot. So for that, what you have to do, we need to just call this particular method. What is that method? Draw border method. But before that, we need to launch our application also. So here I'm trying to launch my application. Let us try to launch. So here driver.get, and this is the application I'm going to launch. Go to the browser and open this URL. So this is the application I want to launch, and then I want to draw the line around this logo, or you can take any element. So I want to draw the line around this logo. So what you have to do is select this element. So select this element and get the locator of this element by using selector hub. I'm getting this element. Go back, and as soon as you launch your website, maximize the page. I say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. All right, so now I'm getting the element. So here I will write the code. So here we are drawing the border, right? So first we need to capture the element here. So I say driver dot find element by dot xpath, and this is xpath of the logo, and store this element in a variable. I'll name it as a web element logo. And now I want to draw the border around the logo element. So for that, what I will do is from the JavaScript util class, I'm calling a method called draw border. And now we need to pass the two arguments. One is an element, the other one is a driver. So I'm passing the logo as an element, and driver we already created. So the driver I'm passing. So what this statement will do now? So this particular statement will call the method from JavaScript util draw border method. And this particular statement will draw the border around the element. Now let us test this. I'm executing this piece of code and then we will see that. Right click, run as Java application. Now you can see here, yeah, so this is how we need to draw the border. So now we can see whichever element we passed, and that element will be surrounded by this border. So this is how we can just highlight the border of the element. Okay, so as soon as you highlight this element, I want to capture the screenshot of this. Immediately, I want to capture the screenshot of this element. So then we can add some additional piece of code here. So as soon as you draw the border, and then immediately what you will do is we can just use takes screenshot interface, which you have seen in the previous session. So here what I will do is I will just create, I'll just create takes a screenshot interface instance. So I'll use takes a screenshot ts equal to, and again we need to pass the driver to the ts. And how it is possible? We can directly, we cannot assign, we have to typecast. So for that, here I'm using again takes a screenshot. Okay, once it is done, now ts dot, we have a method called takes a screenshot as, and the screenshot type is output dot file. So that we have to specify here output dot file, output dot file, and then semicolon. Okay, this is the argument which we have to pass inside this method. Ts dot get a screenshot as output type dot file. Now import this output type, and what this statement will give you, this statement will this is actually file file. So this statement will send you the screenshot, and we have to store that in a one more variable called file src, which is a source file, and now we need to copy that into target location. Now import this java.io. Now target location also I'm just creating file trg equal to, again we need to just copy the src into target location, right? So here I say new file and specify the location where exactly you want to copy. So in my project, I already have folder called screenshot, and I'll remove the existing screenshots. Now I want to copy the screenshot here. So dot slash representing your current project directory. Screenshots is the name of the folder. Inside this, I want to store my file with the logo.png. That's it. So now this is our target location. Now we need to copy the source into target. Simply we can call file utils method. So file utils dot copy file, and we have to specify the src and target. That's it. So this particular statement, copy file method, will copy the source file to target file. So this is the code which you have to write for capturing the screenshot. So first highlight the element or draw the border surrounded this element, surrounding of element, and then capture the screenshot. Now two things will happen now. So we have drawn the border by calling the JavaScript method, draw border. This is a user defined method. And once you go here, and draw border method is called, and this JavaScript js.execute script, which will draw the border around the element. Now go back and execute one more time. Now Chrome driver was started successfully. Then launching my browser. Now observe this. It has draw a border surround this element. I'm just closing it. Now go back to the screenshots and refresh this folder. Now you can see logo.png captured, and also the element or logo is surrounded by border. Okay, so this is how we can use JavaScript executor to draw the border and capture the screenshot. Now let us see one more thing. Suppose I want to capture title of the web page. So for that I have created one more user defined method in the utility file. So it is again public static string, and this will return a string because it will return a title. So the title is in the string format, and which will just take only driver element. We can also capture the title of the web page by using get title method, driver.get title. That's a direct method. But JavaScript executor is also provided one option which will return the title of the web page. Now we can just look at here. I created JavaScript executor object, and here two brackets are not necessary, just one bracket is enough. Okay, now driver instance I have added to the JavaScript executor, and js.execute script, and this is the parameter, the only single parameter which we have to pass. What is that? Return document.title. So this is actually JavaScript, guys. Okay, execute script method will execute JavaScript internally, so it will accept only JavaScript statement inside this. So this is the way we need to parameterize the value inside the method in JavaScript. So return document.title semicolon. So this is the parameter which you have to pass, and dot to string. And the whole statement will return the title of the page and store that in a variable called title. And finally, we are returning the title. So by using JavaScript executor also, we can capture the title of the page. So this method, when I call this method, which will return the title of the page. Now let us try to call here. So the name of the file is JavaScript util dot get title by JS, and we need to pass a driver instance. Okay, we need to pass a driver instance. So this will return the title of the page. Now let me comment my previous code. Now we are seeing JavaScript util dot get title by JS. How to capture the title of the page by calling JavaScript. So when I call this method, what happens is this will return the title, right? We have to print the title. So here I'm creating one more string called title, and here I'm printing the title. System.out.println, I can print title here. So this is a one more way we capture the title of the web page. Now let us try to execute as a run as Java application. So Chrome driver was started successfully, launching my application and maximize. So as soon as you have done this, then close. Now you can see this is a title of the web page. So this time we capture the title of the page by using JavaScript executor. So get title by JS internally, this reusable method will be called. Right. So this is how we can capture the title of the page by using JavaScript executor. Now let us see one more operation. So for example, I want to perform click action. This is most of the times we use this. Sometimes you may not able to click on some button or some link or some checkbox or radio buttons by using direct method called click, which is from WebDriver. And in those cases, most of the times we prefer to use JavaScript executor. So now I'll show you how to perform the click action by using JavaScript executor. So for that, we have created one more method called click element by JS. And when I call this method, we have to pass two arguments. One is a web element, the other one is a driver instance. And we initiated JavaScript executor here and js.execute script, and this is the argument we have to pass. Argument of 0.click, comma, element. Whatever element we have passed into this method, we have to pass this element. Then this particular statement will perform the click action on this element. And it can be link or it can be button, radio button, or checkbox, whatever it is, whatever element we pass, which will perform the click action on that element. Okay, now let us test this method working fine or not. This is mostly most of the times we use this one in many places. Now let us test this click action. So for that, what I will do is I will inspect one of this element on the web page. Let us say I want to click on register link. So inspect this register and inspect this register link. Go to selector hub. You can use link text also, no problem. I'm just taking the XPath from the selector hub, and I want to perform the click action on this link. So first identify this element, driver dot find element by dot XPath, and pass this XPath. And this is a link, right? So I say web element register link. Now we want to perform the click action here. So to perform the click action in the WebDriver, directly we have a method called click, which will perform the click action. But I want to do this through JavaScript executor. So for that, what I have to call? We have to call one method from JavaScript util. What is that? Click element by JS, which need two parameters. One is element, the other one is driver. Now click element by JS dot, sorry, this is the method, JavaScript util method. So this is a method we have to call, and the class name is JavaScript util dot click element by JS. And here I'm passing element. What is that element? Register link is an element, and driver. That's it. So when I pass this, which will perform the click action on the registration link. Now let us test this. Run as Java application. So Chrome driver was started successfully, launching my browser. Now it should click on the register link. So now it is click on the register link. Now we got the registration page. So if you want to perform click action on any of the element, you can use JavaScript executor. Sometimes if click key method is not working, alternative, we can choose this one, click element by JS. And sometimes we can also generate one alert. So how to generate an alert? So this is JavaScript alert we can generate. When I pass a driver, we have to pass, and on the particular alert, what message you want to display. So you can just pass a message also. So when I pass these two arguments, so which will automatically open up the JavaScript alert. And for that, what you have to do, we need to create a JavaScript instance, assign the driver, and here we have to pass this argument alert of the message, whatever message we are passing, that message we are using here. So with this message, the alert window will be opened up. So now let us call that. So I'm just commenting these two. So let us try to generate one alert. So for that, what you have to do is we can directly call JavaScript util dot generate alert. So we have to pass two arguments. One is the driver instance and the second one is message, and which message you want to have in the alert window. So you can say this is my alert. So I want to have some message in my alert window. So immediately what happens is from the JavaScript util generate alert method will be called, and internally this will throw some alert window which will pop up one alert window. All right, so let's try to execute and see. Right click, run as Java application. Chrome driver started successfully. Now observe here, see now this is a pop-up or JavaScript alert which is rise, and here you can see this is my alert. The message also displayed. So we can also pop up our own alerts by using JavaScript executor. So this is a one of the usage. Now, if you want to refresh the page, normally we use driver.navigate.refresh method, direct method. But if you want to refresh the page or reload the page by using JavaScript executor, we can call this method refresh by JS. And these are the just user defined methods I have given. You can give any name. And just we need to pass the driver, and which will create JavaScript executor instance. And this is the argument which you have to specify history.go_0. History.go_0. So this argument will basically refresh the page. Now let us call this method directly. And I already launched my application, so I want to just refresh the page. So for that, I say JavaScript util dot, you can say refresh browser by JS, and just we need to pass the driver instance as a argument. That's it. So let us execute and see. As soon as it's launched the page, maximize the page, it will reload it or it will refresh it. Now we can just notice here maximized, and then it is also refreshed. Okay, so this is how we can also use JavaScript executor to refresh the page. And we can also use JavaScript executor to scroll down and scroll up the page. So many places we use this scroll down the page, and suppose there is a lot of content there in your page. I want to see the whole content from the web page, then you have to scroll down. And similarly, if you want to go back to the first page or first line of the page, then you need to scroll up. So we can also do scroll down and scroll up by using JavaScript executors. For that, I have created two more methods: scroll down page, scroll page down, scroll page up. So this particular method need only driver, and we created JavaScript executor instance. And this is the argument which you have to pass, one single argument inside the JavaScript execute script method. That is window.scroll to from 0. So 0 is the starting position of your scroll. So for example, if I just take this as the same application, so this is a 0 position. So now this is the end of the page. So from 0 position to end of the page, I want to scroll down. So from 0 position to document.body.scroll height. So this argument is representing end of the page. So in the HTML document, I need to go till end of the document. So scroll height. So when I pass this argument into scroll to, this particular statement will scroll down the page till end of the page. And once it is went to end of the page. Now again, if you want to go back from the initial point, then from 0 comma and use minus here. So document.body.scroll height is representing end of the page. Now again, if you want to go to the initial position, you can just use minus here. And this particular statement will scroll the page at the beginning. So once you go bottom of the page, then you can come back to the at the first place of the page. So scroll page up. Now let us test these two methods. So scroll down and scroll up. So scroll down, what you have to do? Again, we have to call that method JavaScript util dot. Okay, and we have a method called scroll page down, and we pass the driver. And similarly scroll page up. So here again I'm calling the another method javascript util dot scroll page down. So down we already used, now we need to go up. For that I can use scroll page up and driver instance. So once the scroll page is down, immediately it will go up. So between these two, I'll wait some time because it will go very faster, we cannot see that. So I say I'll put some wait time called thread.sleep. Let's wait for 4 milliseconds enough and throw this exception. Fine. So first of all, this particular statement call scroll down method from the util file, and which will perform the scroll down till end of the page. Now it will wait for some time here and then it will scroll up. Let's test, let us execute this code once again, run as Java application. Now Chrome driver was started successfully. Now you can just observe here, maximize the page. Now it is scrolled down till end of the page. So after that, it is again went to beginning of the page, right? So this is a thing we can do by using JavaScript executor. We can scroll page down. We can also scroll page up. So scroll down and scroll up. All right. Now, so after that, we have one more action called zoom page. We can also zoom. Uh, we can also decide the size of the page. So normally when I open the page, it is 100% zoom. You can see here 100% zoom. So if you want to reduce like this, or if you want to increase like this, we can do that. And to do this, we have one more method created called zoom page by JS. And here I mentioned 50%, and you can pass any percentage here. So let us call this method here. So zoom page. So from JavaScript util, I am calling zoom page by JS and I'm passing just driver. So in this method, whichever percentage you mention, and that much percentage it will be zoom or zoom in or zoom out. Let's test this. So run as Java application. Now we can see my browser is launched. Now we can see this is a 50%. Now we can see here, here it is not changed because this is a browser level setup. So by seeing the page, you will understand here. This is a 50% zoom. At runtime, we have modified this. Okay. And similarly, if you want to put again 100%, same command, I'm making as, I'm calling one more time. So again, it will be 50%. So if I just look at here, this is 50%. Now I make it as 100%. So by default, it will be 100%, or you can make it as a 150%. 150%, I'm just call only one time. So by default, 100% will be there. If you want to increase to 150, you can increase. Now let us execute and see. I already make it as a 150%, save it, then come back, execute. Now it is started successfully, launching my application. Now we can see this is a 150%. And now the page seems very bigger. All right. So this is how we can also zoom in and zoom out. We can perform by using JavaScript executor. So for that, we have to pass this particular parameter, document.body.style.zoom equal to how much percentage you want to zoom. You can specify that. So this is one method. So we can do this by using JavaScript executor. And the last one is a flashing. Suppose I have some element here, logo. I want to flash it multiple times. So how we can flash this item? So for that, we have to write one method, and this method also internally call one more method called change color. Suppose I want to highlight this element. I want to flash this element with black and white colors. Multiple colors I will apply. And black and white alternative I will keep on changing. So for that, I create one method called change color. So before creating this flash, I created one user defined method called change color. So what this method will do is we need to pass the name of the color, element on which element you want to flash, and driver. And once you pass three elements, which will create a JavaScript executor instance, and internally this will execute this method. So arguments of 0 dot style dot background color, whichever color we pass here, the same color will be used as a background for that element. Okay. Now this will throw some exception. I put in the try catch block and put the sleep also, because it will take some time, 20 seconds. So now I'm just calling this method multiple times from another method, flash method I created. And when I call flash method, element and driver is passed, but internally the flash method is calling change color method. Internally flash method, from the actual code, we are not going to call change color method. We are going to use this change color method inside the flash. So flash require two arguments. One is a web element, the other one is a driver element. Now JavaScript executor instance we created. Now we need to write one loop here because we need to highlight the element. We have to flash the element 10 times or 20 times or 30 times. You want to highlight or you want to flash it. So for that, what you have to do is there is a method called element dot whatever element we pass here, element dot get CSS value background color. Get a CSS value background color. And this particular statement by default gets some background color of the element and store that into BG color. And now I return one for loop, 10 times it will repeat. I'm internally 2 times I'm calling. First time I'm giving some different color, which is actually representing some red or some different color. And BG color is a default color. So these two colors alternatively changing. So as a user, we can notice the element is flashing with two different colors. So one is a default color we captured here. The other one is I'm passing my own color. So these two statements multiple times will execute 10 times. So the element will be flashing up. So we will apply the background color and these two colors. This particular method is applying those colors. So change color method I'm calling 2 times inside the loop. Suppose if you want to highlight that element or if you want to flash the element 50 times, you can change this number as a 50. All right. So now save it. Then I'm executing this method. So if I call this method, we need to pass 2 arguments, element and driver. Then it will apply the flashing. Now go back here, flash. So what I will do is as soon as you launch my web page, I want to flash this element, no commerce, logo element. So I'm just capturing this element, logo element, and now I want to apply the flashing. So for that, what you have to do from the JavaScript util, you have to call one method called flash, and element is logo and driver instance I'm passed. That's it. Now when I call this method immediately, the flash method will be called from the JavaScript util, and which will apply the background and foreground colors simultaneously. Now we can see the flashing. Now let us try to execute and see. And I'm also commenting all these things. Now we will see the flashing, how it is going to flash the element on the web page. And right click, run as Java application. So Chrome driver started successfully launching my application URL. Now we can see this is called flashing. So 10 times it is flashed, black and white, I guess. So let me increase the count also. Go back to the util. I just say only 10 times. Let's put 50 times and go back and then execute the code one more time. Right. So Chrome driver started successfully launching. Now we can see this is called flashing the element. So 50 times it is got flashed. Okay. So these things are possible through JavaScript executor, guys. So we have seen many tasks, like we have seen how to flash the element. We have seen how to draw the border around the element, and then we capture the screenshot of the element. And then we have seen how to capture the title of the page, and we can perform the click action. We can generate an alert, and we can refresh the page, and we can also scroll up and scroll down the page. And also we can zoom out and zoom in the page by using JavaScript executor. Okay. So normally in the projects, we will have a utility file like this, utility file. And then inside the utility file, we will have user defined methods. And whenever you want to perform the actions, we have to just call these reusable methods and they will perform the actions. All right. So this is how we need to use JavaScript executor in Selenium WebDriver. Very, very important question. All right. So that's all for this video, guys. In the next video, we will discuss a few more things. Thanks for watching.